so for the spring semester, I ended up taking 2 art classes and an art history class. But I feel like my 2 art classes required the most time and effort, specifically my 3D class. That is honestly my favorite class so far throughout college, and it felt more like craft time to me rather than an actual art class. And maybe that's because my brain associates 3D stuff with crafting and doesn't really take it that seriously, but still, I feel like that class had like the best pieces that I've made out of any class so far. And I also took digital art, which was for some reason on my list of requirements before I take like level 300 classes, even though I'm not planning on doing a digital route with my art and my like degree plan, but it was still fun. And also I didn't take that class super seriously too, so I don't know, this semester was just fun, I guess. Okay, so what you're seeing me do right now is make some pins for one of my last 3D projects. It was not really the final, but it felt like it. Our final was to put together all of our artwork into a portfolio, but that literally only took me 10 minutes. Like, it was so easy. This larger project took way longer than that, and mentally it felt like a final. Okay, so I've got this big thing. I've had it for a while. It's like a plant thing with the, I don't know, UV ray stuff for them. And it's April, so I figured, why not plant some stuff? I don't know how to use this, so we're just gonna figure out how to use it together. Yeah. One, two, three. Nope. Okay. Is that the tornado alarm? Our prompt was ready for the market, which could be taken any way that you wanted it to be, and I found that it made more sense to make products as if I were making a booth for like an art market, so I began making clay pins. I wanted to go for more of a playful look for the pins, not only because painting the birds like stylistically would be easier, but because I was wanting to add fun facts to their backings, that way when someone buys it, they're able to learn like one thing about the animal that they bought. And I was trying to go with this like environmental education bit for like the whole project too, eventually making like vinyl stickers and stuff. But I think it's such a great idea to educate people about what they see in their day-to-day lives. Like obviously if you live in the East, you're gonna see a cardinal bird, like they're everywhere. And I also created little pins of Carolina wrens and some sunflower seeds. And I just love how round wrens are, like they're so cute. Okay, so for the stickers, I used a bunch of scrap material I had laying around at work in order to reduce waste and use things. And we have like a normal scrap bucket for pieces that are like 3 feet and maybe a little less, but since we work large scale to make signs, a lot of the small pieces of vinyl ends up getting thrown out, which is super wasteful in the long run, so I figured I'd just make my own little box of tiny scraps. And most of the time it only includes like black and white vinyl since we use those a lot for door vinyl. And usually when plotting those, which is like using the cutting machine, we have like a little excess that gets cut off since the roll of vinyl is a little too long, even if we like orient the text differently. But sometimes I'll get like a random color that gets cut off of something, and it's always a treat when that happens because I'll just have like a random tiny block of green and I can just do whatever I want with it. So for the designs, I used Adobe Illustrator, which at the time was my first time using it, but I've gotten a hang of it for the most part, and I plan to use it more in the future too, for more things than just stickers. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so here's the box I ended up making. I ended up doing some like linoleum carved stamps for my little logo and then mystery pack. And I decided to do that because my original plan for this project was to have an entire art market worth of products, which didn't end up happening. So I just kind of had to throw everything together into one box and make it work, and I just decided to go with a mystery pack. And then I have another linoleum print on the inside that says thank you, like that, because it's fun because you open up the box and stuff and it's just like boop. So yeah, the contents that were inside the box had a little, there are 4 different pin designs. There was a wren, a woodpecker, a sunflower seed, and a cardinal bird. So here's the little wren. He's my favorite. He's very round and cute, and on the backs of these they have little fun facts about everything. And also our printer doesn't do double-sided stuff, so we had to figure that out. By we, I mean me and my dad. So. And the next one is a little sunflower seed pin, and then a little woodpecker. These are like my second favorites. He's a bit heavy, so I kind of have to hold him with 2 hands. And all these are made out of air dry clay. A little cardinal bird. He's pretty fun. He's got a little back. Fun fact. And then inside the mystery box I also had vinyl stickers, so I ended up making a car sticker, and then I also have a little honeysuckle hater sticker, another thing based off of invasive species. and then kudzu killer. I just found these two things so funny when I thought of it, and I also ended up including a little wood drawing that I did last year, so I just kind of cheated and used something that I already have. Is a little red-bellied woodpecker. This was a photo that I ended up taking in the backyard of a little woodpecker. That's really all that I have for what was in this project, and I ended up making the pins from Mountain Dew cans, well, like the shape of the birds and stuff, that way they all have relatively similar shape, but I plan on making like a 3D printed little stamp or something, that way I don't use, I don't know, cans, and it'll have a better shape, I guess, but that's my plan. Also, before you guys go, and before you leave the video, I wanted to show you an update of my plants. So I'm just gonna put it over me while I'm talking, or whatever. So I have 2 of my lettuces, and I believe I have the kale. They're doing great, they're thriving, they're beautiful, and they have grown so fast. They were supposed to sprout in 7 to 14 days, all 3 of these, but they ended up sprouting in like 2 days in my little water thing that I used at the beginning of the video. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, and if you want to see more content from me, you can subscribe here or go follow me elsewhere. I post photos of my art on Instagram and Pinterest if you guys are interested in seeing me there. But for now, stay creative, wild child. Bye guys.